Hello and welcome to this new moon in Cancer pick a card reading. So at the beginning of the video you saw a picture of 3 cards and you can pick any or all of them if you want, whatever sort of speaks to you. So about this new moon in Cancer. So the new moon, this will be happening on the 20th of July, and the new moon is a time of it's the beginning of the moon cycle. So it is a time that you're going to want to set new intentions for how you can use, because Cancer is the energy of these waters within us. I know it to be the most intuitive of all the signs. It's a real Cancerians, and when we all carry Cancer energy, you don't just have to have your sun or moon in Cancer or be a Cancer rising person. If you do have any of those that are true for you, that can just mean a real heightened sense of intuition, and more specifically that you can feel into things. I don't really want to get into talking about being empathic, because I think there's plenty of video upon video upon video about being an empath, and we're all empaths. We all feel our way through. Of course, some people are more sensitive, but I don't want to look at that as a negative in any way. And this Cancerian energy with this new moon is going to bring that part of you. That portion of your energy is going to come to the forefront as an opportunity for you, okay, of being able to feel into the deeper truth, the deeper, because the energy of Cancer is ruled by the moon. That makes this a really even more powerful new moon. And I literally get a sense of like when you're in the ocean and you just let your body be guided by the tides. You know, it's that sort of easy, gentle rocking, like when you're in your mother's arms as a baby, as an infant, as a toddler, maybe even at, age 50. But it's that gentle kind of rocking motion. Cancer is the energy of the mother within all of us, no matter if you're female or male. It's a very nurturing kind of an energy. And again, I just really want to underline the point that this is about a deeper truth, about the essence of what you know to be true, what you know to be correct, what you know to be nurturing, that really our place within this world, on this earth. We are meant to be nurtured and looked after, no matter what our past has been or what our future may bring, or how it doesn't necessarily have to do with your own role as a mother or that nurturing energy within you, or your relationship with your own mother. I'm talking here just about this. I want you to I'm really getting a sense of a rocking chair, or better yet, that feeling of the ocean tide. You're just floating on the waves, and you float up as it bumps up out of the water, and it's just this easy give and take. But that is its own rhythm. It's its own truth. Its own. It's a very, very genuine nature of who you are, and that's how big this new moon opportunity feels to me. Okay, so at the time of the new moon, here is the Sabian symbol for this. It's at Cancer 29. And before I read the symbol, what I get a sense of is, just like with the tides, this new moon covers the full spectrum of possibilities. So you could either be well advanced on whatever this kind of truth that's coming up for you. You could be well advanced on that journey, or you could just be beginning it. because the new moon is brand new beginning. It's the very start of the moon's cycle. It is the time to set the intention, and you should use it as such. But also, this is Cancer 29 is the symbol. That is very near to the end. There's 30 degrees in every sign. And this is at this sort of culmination point, the 29th degree. You know, and in numerology, when you add up 2 and 9, that's 11. And that's that of the master teacher and inspirational leader. So there's something really important. It's a nugget. That is, it doesn't matter, what I want to say is it doesn't matter where you are on that spectrum. That's what I mean. It's the whole of it. That we've got the new moon opportunity, the beginning opportunity, that freshness, the new start. But we've also got great wisdom that is coming through with Cancer 29. And it is something that is particular to us because we're all master teachers and inspirational leaders for one another. Okay, so this symbol reads as follows, and it points to that deeper wisdom. It's sort of an ancient wisdom within us. I love thinking about that. A Greek muse weighing newborn twins in golden scales. Okay, and then I see the newborn twins that are being weighed out here. As it could go in a couple of directions. I'm seeing both your male and female, masculine, feminine aspects of who you are. The masculine wants to get up and go and wants to do the to-do list and action, get it done, be passionate, you know. And the feminine aspect wants to receive and sort of wait for the signs and wait for the right timing. It's a little bit more sensitive. And Cancer is a feminine energy, you know, and it's very receptive. That's why I feel it's the most intuitive. So it could be the newborn twins in this symbol could have to do with the use of those energies. And again, mixing them in perhaps a different way, which is individual. This is a general reading for everybody. So it's hard, I can't specify on that front. But another possibility could be that you're weighing out different approaches or noticing like, how do I use my internal energy and then how does that manifest externally? It's just could be all over the board, but it's the fact that you're taking two components and you're trying to find the balance, and that's part of what's new. And it's being inspired from something, again, it's a deeper truth within you. And I feel like you're getting a handle on what that is, and now to be able to potentially employ it. But right now it's starting with just getting straight within yourself, because that's the Cancerian energy. It wants to get straight within itself, within its own. You're getting your energy lined up. You're getting clean on your energy. You're weighing out all the perspectives. You get this whole spectrum to work with, and you're getting clean and clear in your vibration of how you're going to use that. And again, it just feels like this nurturing, very rhythmic kind of a truth, okay? And just like Cancer, it's being very nebulous. This is like a really big subject that is hard for me to do as a general reading for everybody. So let's see where the cards bring us to, okay? Because it's like we get the whole spectrum, new moon to 29 degrees of Cancer. We know it really matters because it's adding up to an 11 master number, master teacher, inspirational leader. And we also know that it's sort of an ancient wisdom part within us that is just ready to balance out the scales, to get the energy right. It's something that is kind of a golden key within us. Okay? That's kind of what we know. generally speaking, about this new moon. So if you picked the first card, okay, this is card 1. This is the Rhino Spirit, and it says, overcome any obstacles, and it's card number 50. So in numerology, that reduces to 5. That's the freedom-loving adventurer. I am moving forward no matter what. And I'm being reminded of something that many people have said to me on my own journey, which is just keep moving forward. Just keep moving forward. And the rhino can run. I actually don't know if I've seen a video of a rhino running, but for some reason this is wanting to come up. It's just the pure heft. It's the pure, full embodiment that rhino is. Like, I just see this sort of lumbering along creature, and it's pointing to the energy that's being invited for you with this new moon. Is you don't have to run, is what I want to say. You don't have to push to get across some finish line, okay, with whatever this may be. And again, we're talking about this ultimate truth within us that feels new, that feels like we're aligning to a different rhythm. And I have felt that energetically on the planet within the last week. There has been a big energy shift. There are lots of like kind of karmic little whirligigs that are, and that's as much credit as I want to give it, because I'm not a big believer in we're here for karma and we've got to work all this stuff out, and if we don't, then we get punished again and sent here to keep working it out. I'm just like, yeah. Maybe that's part of storylines that somebody wants to tell, but I'm not one of those. So they're like little whirligigs. It's more that we get ourselves in a pattern of like, oh, okay, I got to try that again. Oop, I screwed that up. Let me try again. Or I'm going to give up on that. Or I'm going to be single for the rest of my life because I can't seem to get that relationship thing right. They're just little chaos energy. I call them dirt devils. They're just little dirt devils. And what I felt with the energy over the past week is that they're, especially at the beginning of last week, this week that just passed, really powerful. We had powerful storms here after that. There was an energy shift, and then we had massive energy shifting storms that cleared the energy completely. And I just feel this sense of some of these little dirt devils are just getting cleaned up, and it's so that you can get straight from within you about your own energy of how you're going to move forward on something. And it may feel insurmountable. It may be a big goal of something that you're trying to get done. Or it may be in your very personality and how that shows up in the world. Again, remember, we're really working internally with this new moon. Cancer is the waters within. It's getting that straight. It's getting your own thoughts and feelings around where you want to be, how you want to live your life, how you want things to transpire in your life. Your whole energy outlook. You know, it's like you've got a weather report every single day, and your emotions and your thoughts are directly contributing to the results of that energy forecast. So we have an opportunity here to change that from within to something that feels more like us, because I will tell you, the energy on the planet has shifted. And so it's not surprising to see this kind of very nebulous, big energy reading want to come through. But for you that picked this card, this Rhino Spirit, it's about breaking through. There's that 5 energy with it. It's freedom loving. It's breaking out of these old patterns and ways of being. Notice those dirt devils in your life, that you're more caught up in the dirt devils. There's a reason I'm bringing that up. Are you more caught up in those dirt devils and trying to fix things, or getting caught in the fact that you're even in the dirt devil, than you are about just moving ahead like this and not running. It's just boom, boom, boom. I see, and you know how rhinos kind of have their whole shoulder, their whole structure is just sort of like that. You are so capable. You are so filled with a very strong momentum. And only you will know what this is about, but I feel like it is something that you get caught up in those dirt devils, and I want you, in the style, in my intention of how I do my readings, I want you to give as little credit to those little dirt devils as possible, because at best they are chaos energy. They are static. They take you off from your own vision for your life. They take you off from your path, and we all get wound up in them. We all get wound up in them, and they're just common things in your life, you know, that they take you off track. But understand that and say, what are these dirt devils that are happening? Because I've got the power and the momentum that is strong and steady. And I'm going to get behind that again. Because I feel like you've already got this within you. You are the boom, 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 boom. I can see you. Just, you know, like when you walk with purpose. You walk, you know, I feel like I really want to straighten my spine. And you just walk with like, I know what I'm doing here. And I'm going in and I'm doing it. It's that kind of energy. You want to get that back again. That's your freedom. That's your freedom out of all of these little ankle biters. You know, you just shake them off. The stupid little dirt devils. Just dig out your energetic brush. You can also do this through burning sage. Doing that in your home and around you, around any setting. And you don't have to physically burn the sage. You can do it through intention. Those of you who are dowsers can do it with rods or pendulums. That's another way to do it. There's also sage sprays out there. I think you can certainly use clary sage is a great way to even put a little bit on a cotton ball and put that in your car or at work, or, you know, like there's lots of ways. Just sage the shit out of those things. That's seriously how I feel about those dirt devils. I'm just like, get out. I don't have space for you right now. I got stuff I need to do, and I'm here for purpose, and I'm here for my own enjoyment and my own experience, and I've got no time for that. It just wastes my energy. Boot them out. Okay? Energetically boot them out. And you're just like, boom, boom, boom. I'm here. I'm doing it. This is beautiful alignment. With this week, we will have the energy of the sun's sign, which is Leo. The sun itself. Vibrancy, uniqueness, joy, play. All of these kinds of things are so implicit within Leo. So to really embrace that, we need this new moon. You're resetting from within. Really powerful. Really nice. I like it. I like how you, who chose that card, I like how you brought that out in me. Like, those dirt devils have no place. They're just that. They're like the, you know, like the hairball little tumbleweeds that you sometimes get in your house, especially those of us with pets. It's that. It's that inconsequential. And you know this stuff. You know what those things are. You're getting too caught up. Notice if you're getting too caught up in worry or fear, or I wonder if I offended that person. Your energy, every time you do that, your energy is getting tied off in a whole other area where it doesn't even belong. You know, it's just like, it doesn't even belong there. So just be aware you're embodying your full energy, and it just gives you so much momentum and confidence and vigor and capability to move forward. It just does, because you're bringing it all back home, and you're making the judgment calls about nope, no, out, out. You know, you're taking ownership of your energy. Awesome. The next card up. This is a message from the fairies, because that's what this deck is about. Miracle healing. All right, so let me take a look at this card to see, because often, again, what I talked about in the intro was the full spectrum energy we've got. This is a new moon, the beginning of a cycle, okay? It's at almost the very tail end of Cancer, at Cancer 29, which also, when you add those up, is an 11 energy. That's master teacher, inspirational leader. There's something very big coming up here, okay? And those nth degrees, you know, the very tail end of Cancer is like a perfecting of that kind of energy. It's a full up kind of energy of Cancer. And so this card, I always notice where I'm being led. Am I being led more to the new beginning, where she's pointing and the light is sort of coming in, or am I being directed more to where she's come from? You know, it's and the phrase that's coming up is they've got you coming and going. Okay, and what I feel like here, what I'm seeing is there is a big part of you that has a very strong energetic tie. Remember, we're really talking about your energy within you, Cancerian energy. This is these waters and this rhythm of how things move and groove from within you, which is what we use to then direct our action in the external world. It really is an inside job, and our perspective on that, our thoughts and our emotions really help to shape that. And what I'm feeling is that from this card is because I'm sensing the movement of her, and she's got one arm that is linked backwards, you know, in what has been, which is all dark in this card. And then she's reaching towards this new world that is presenting itself to her, okay? And I feel, yeah, they've got you coming and going. I keep hearing that. And it's this very wise part from within you that just feels how your energy gets tied off. Your energy gets split. And it all has to do with expectations. It all has to do with, well, this person needs this, or I'm expected to do that. My role is this, and your role is that. There's a lot of definitions. And now I'm seeing like a dictionary that's just open, and like I see a finger like pointing out a word and reading the description, the definition, and then it flips to something else, and it's like looking at the opposite of that word. And then it very quickly wants to go get a thesaurus, because that's an even easier way to see, well, what is this when it's full on, and when is this when it's not? And am I full on in my energy and that expectation, or am I not? Or there's just a lot of like self-policing that I'm feeling. I don't know. This is all just flowing right through. This is Cancerian energy at its best. It's very, very intuitive, and just, it has a rhythm. Just like Cancer is ruled by the moon in astrology, and the moon rules the tides. It's that same sort of thing. It guides our inner rhythm. And there's something here with you that wants to come up for this reading. Remember, you're working with the full spectrum. And I'm just feeling you cross-checking yourself, and let's check again. And, well, where am I at now? And what does that person now think? And do you think they took that the right way? Or, you know, like there's lots of questioning. And this is where your energy remember this inner flow, it's just like the tides or rocking in a rocking chair. You know, when you get your rhythm down, you're just like, yeah. We have rocking chairs on our farmer's porch. And sometimes I'll just sit out there and you get going and you don't even realize, you forget that you're rocking. You've just got a rhythm going and it just sort of takes over. It's just there. It's why it's so soothing somehow, you know, and why that's what most people put in their nurseries for their brand new baby coming home, because you want to just sit and rock them. It's just like what they felt in the womb amongst all that amniotic fluid. I hope that was the right word, amniotic. When I'm in channeling mode, I sometimes don't always know, like the right word doesn't come out because I'm not using my brain. So anyway, but we're in fluid when we're born, and so it's that same like rocking of the ocean. We feel that when we're in the womb. It's the same concept. And that rhythm, remember, it's getting back to a natural rhythm that's ready to show up for you. I was describing with the first card choice for people that there is energy that has shifted on the planet in the last week. This is very recent. I've had very strong evidence of it, and we need to find our footing again. And I'm saying this specifically to you for this card choice. I feel like you need to start with new stability energetically. And what wants to come for you is your purest source, which is what you experienced when you first incarnated, which was in the womb. You need to start again from that natural rhythm. I'm going to do this. This relates to the infinity symbol. I'm going to choose to focus on this particular area of my life. I'm feeling and thinking about it in this certain way. That's going to prompt my action. I'll get feedback. Some things will be mirrored back to me. It's just like gathering data. I don't have to think about it. I could choose to take that in my kind of catalog that I'm collecting, like a library, and I'll take it under advisement. But it's just moving through life. Again, it's rhythm. You're just moving through life. What I feel is this stop. It's sort of like having the hiccups is what I'm feeling energetically for you. You want to stop and you want to like it really analyze and try to be sure that you really understand what is happening. And a lot of thinking, and this is Cancerian energy. Cancerian energy is very sensitive. So you pick up on, oh, well, what did that look mean? Or what did they mean when they wrote that? It's always like wanting to look into some kind of deeper meaning, some kind of like, oh, well, it wants to put a judgment on something, an expectation. It wants to do lots of questioning and analysis, and because it wants to understand this, it wants to use the data coming in from your sensitivity, which sensitivity is a great thing. We've all got it. It's stronger in certain areas of our life. But just to flow, to get your rhythm going with that, instead of like, I take in this piece of data. I'm going to look in the dictionary and see what that means. And then what does the opposite of that mean? And then where am I at on that spectrum? Like, where am I at? And how about today? And oh, I just cleared my energy, or I went for a Reiki treatment, and where am I at now? It's very kind of syncopated energy, and it's not this natural Cancerian, like you in the rocking chair, you in the womb, you laying on the ocean's surface when you go to the beach, and allowing that easy bob up and down with the flow of the tide, like that is so truly natural to how the rhythm wants to be within us from our very beginning. And yet we get in this syncopated or hiccuping kind of energy pattern where we just want to like nail it all down, and it's built around expectation and worry and fear and wanting to get it right and wanting to understand where people are at. And I just view it overall as this kind of it's the lower end energy that Cancer can be at times, which is the crab. It grows this very rigid shell in order to protect itself. And that's why we want to constantly take score and constantly bring in this information, and it is this hiccuping kind of energy. There's very little flow there because we're too busy analyzing all of what could possibly, potentially be. And it just, something more wants your attention. It doesn't want to be in that hiccuping pattern any longer. It wants the flow, the natural flow. And again, I feel much of that is directed at a self-protection energy that I feel, which is very natural here on the earth, and especially with the energies going on the planet right now. It's huge. There is a I'm just going to brittle up, and I'm going to try to gather all the data I can and try to analyze it, because I've got to keep myself safe. That's the bottom line. I gotta just keep myself safe. And even from an emotional standpoint, from a mental standpoint, it's just that is hiccuping kind of energy. And this new moon offers you this ease into, I just want you to think about floating on the ocean tide, the way that rhythm happens. I want you to think about being in a rocking chair. If you have one in your house or on your porch or deck, get in that rocking chair and just allow yourself to just rock. Just rock. And I say you rock when you do that, because you are letting go of these strands of energy that are literally, I'm sorry, I barely referenced this card, but all of this is just coming through. And it is a healing of a sort, because it's an energy pattern that is really deep within you, that it's like, okay, I gotta fix some of that stuff in the past, but I also see this stuff coming up, and I want to make sure that path looks really nice and tidy and clean and easy, and that I understand all the players and I understand their way of going about things. And this is a much more present kind of energy that's wanting to be introduced within you. Again, inside job, starting there. It very much wants to just be in the moment and to just take things as they come, because you are fully equipped and divine timing is always at play. And everything just has a way of reflecting back to you your next potential step, because you have a reaction to it, and it allows you to just keep moving along that infinity loop. It's using your world as just it's an interesting way to think about your life, is to use your experiences on earth as a reflection, instead of being trying to take score and figure out, okay, how does that person feel, and so much analysis. It's so much analysis. But instead of, okay, somebody triggers, you read a comment on Facebook, let's say, and it just triggers something, a reaction within you. It's a whole other perspective to your first step to be, wow, that really triggered something within me. I want to look at it as that, not having to do with that person that put that comment up. Their path and why they put that up it's none of your business. It's truly none of your business. But it is your business that it triggered something within you. And for that to be your first step, that the world is just reflecting back to me the kind of state that I'm in. And I want to find that easy flow, like the ocean or like the rocking chair or being in the mother's womb. I want to get back to that place of just the ocean tide keeps going, the rocking chair keeps rocking. It doesn't stop and like analyze everything. That's that hiccup energy. It's a break in the energy. You just get something good going, and then it's like, okay, I gotta stop and let's take score of where we're at. And I totally get this. This is such a part of my personality. I totally am with you. And it's so true for all of us at some point in our lives. But I think for you, this is something deep down, that this is just a core part of who you have been, that with the energy shift going on the planet, this is a direction that's being offered, as this could be refreshing. This could be like running through the sprinkler when you're a kid and it is so cold. It's just that needed wake-up energy that's just, I'm not going to take score anymore. I'm just going to show up for life, and I'm going to trust that it's going to show me the essence of where I'm at and like what my next step is going to be, and I can take that moment by moment, that I'm safe enough within myself, my own inner rhythm, to just trust that, and to not be so focused on looking ahead and making that smooth as can be, or still reaching back with my energy because, oh my God, I probably offended them, or blah, 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 blah. Like, it's a break from this, because they got you coming and going, and you're missing all of the purest potential, which is right here, right now. And that takes a certain bit of courage, and I will admit that. I mean, it's not easy what I'm saying, but it is profound when that shift occurs. Beautiful. The final card is the Bluebird message. This is the softest deck that I have. It is such a beautiful connection with the Cancerian energy, which is the crab in the zodiac. So at times the crab does have the brittle shell, but at times the crab has to shed that shell in order to grow and have a new shell put in place, grown into place. So it may hide during those times when it's feeling vulnerable. And it's just this softness that Cancer is. So the Bluebird message is energy. All right, let's read what this card has to say. Healing energy and immense vitality flow through me easily and effortlessly. And that image is, for me, the sun, which is life force. And the sun, during this week, just a couple days after this new moon in Cancer, will be in the sign of Leo, starting off in the sign of Leo. So I'm really feeling for you the connection into that Leo energy. And that this new moon wants to invite you to that bluebird kind of energy, you know. And of course I love this, with my business being called the Blue Sky Shop, and it's a bluebird kind of day, you know. And that is so Leo, you know. Leo gets a bad rap, I think. Leo, so many people, so many astrologers and whatever, they just want to put this moniker on Leo that's like, oh yeah, look at me, and I'm up on the stage, and I'm so great. And I mean, it's like a caricature version, which you can do for any sign, And I just want to give the straight up kudos to Leo out there, and we've all got Leo in our charts somewhere, okay? But this, and Leo, don't forget, it's a very significant sign, just as Cancer is, okay? That just came to me. Leo is ruled in astrology by the sun. Every sign has a ruler, has a planetary or an illuminary ruler. You, my friend, are picking a card. Talk about energy. And why it's a bluebird day, like every day for you. Because Leo is ruled by the sun, and this new moon in Cancer is ruled in astrology, generally speaking, by the moon. So you have the two illuminaries. That's the spectrum for you that I was talking about in the intro. the full spectrum of the light within you, Cancer, the moon, is aligning with the light that Leo will offer. And believe me, the Leo energy is already gearing up. It's definitely, I usually feel it about a week ahead. So we're already kind of in that Leo, whoa, 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 and it's powerful. Leo season, it's a fire sign. It's right in the middle of the year, and it's just that vitality we need at this point in our journey, in a calendar year. It is this vibrancy that comes forward. And it is the beauty of Leo is that it is willing to be seen in its uniqueness with a focus on fun. And that is a key part of your message. Because as much as the Cancerian, the inner rhythm wants to be reset for you with this new moon in Cancer, that's an inner, and you're being given the kind of answer, if you will, of what to focus on externally. Energy, vibration, Leo energy. Okay, you don't have to have your sun in the sign of Leo. You're being given with this card the direction externally that will help you to use this new moon in the way that the bigger part of you wants to use it. Okay, is that focusing on fun, focusing on what is going to lift me up today. How can what even are the very unique talents that I have, that could put me up, that do, not could, that do put me up on the stage of my life. What is that is so unique? And those don't have to be extroverted features. It's whatever makes you unique and shining. And for me, I tend to be a very extroverted person, but you know what I really, really enjoy is when I meet somebody that they are so stellar in their quietude, and that's the word I really want to use there, in their inner grace, in their sense of settled. Like they could walk into a room and they bring this calm voice and they have just the right timing. That is just as much of a shining Leo energy as the most extroverted person you could think of, who really literally would want to be up on a stage, and just lulling everybody with their magnetism, and just pure magic Leo is the magic. Leo is the inner magic that just makes you shine. And those who know me I love talking about what makes people shine, and what it just doesn't have to be extroverted. So don't get fixated on that. That's this bad rap that I feel that Leo has. Fire can be also gentle and very calm and very collected and very soothing. That can be fire energy too. It's just a different form of it. So it's almost like the wholeness of you is directing me through this message to have you really look at your Leo energy, and then you just automatically are going to know, okay, this is what feels the best for an inner rhythm for me to be able to use that, to do that out in public. Because Leo and the sun is everything that is public, is everything that is external. It's your life force being expressed. That's what the sun is, in your chart. And Leo is very expressive. And it is this is individual for each person here on this reading. But I want you to focus on those concepts of Leo. What is it that makes me shine? And what feels like fun to me? And that doesn't look the same for everybody. A really quiet evening at home And maybe you do get in the rocker on your farmer's porch like we do some nights. And you're enjoying a really nice cocktail and just having conversation, or not, just listening to music, or you're out on the town and, bopping around and picking up friends, or maybe you're arranging or having a progressive dinner and going from this person's place to this person, or it could be anything. What does that sense of fun and vitality look like to you? And also, what is it that makes you shine? And what are the crossovers between those two things? That's that sun energy that wants to help direct your attention, because it's almost like I get the feeling like you don't even know right now what to do within to find some new rhythm. Because right now, what really wants your attention, it's energy, but I want to point you back to the bluebird. This bluebird life wants to come forward for you. And the energy on the planet is shifting. We've gone through a shift in the past week that is very powerful. And you don't have to have felt anything or get into any of the details of that. Just know that it is shifted. And so some things in your life can shift as a result of that. These are planetary energy shifts. And so it tends to then, the pace of that looks different for everybody. But always involved in that is change. And that can feel really unsettling. And so I don't feel like you're even in a place where you want to look too deep within, because it might be too painful in some ways. So the Sun and Leo are coming forward to help you out with that and saying, just focus on what is fun, what feels like vitality for me, building my vitality. And what is my shining version of me? What is the uniqueness of me that is the stage of my life? And I'm proud to play that role. I'm proud to be able to bring that energy forward, that skill forward, that way of relating to people forward, that talent forward, whatever it is. That's Leo energy. You've got something to give here, and it's through your life force. And I feel like that is being adjusted, I think, and it's pointing you towards this new bluebird kind of day. Really, really beautiful. And that will, just don't get too cognitive about it, okay? Just focus on those questions that that came out there from Leo and the Sun for you to take a look at, for you to ponder on, maybe journal, set it as your dream intention, what have you, and just trust that the Cancerian inner energy will align, because the illuminaries are always aligning with each other. I never believe, even when they're directly across the sky from one another, there's always alignment. It's always about alignment. They're always in relation to each other throughout their cycle, throughout their transits. But this is a time at the new moon when the moon and the sun are joined. They're together. And you're being given opportunity to join in this new way. And the Cancerian energy, it's so intuitive and subtle, inner flow and rhythm, all of those kind of words, okay? So believe me, Leo and the Sun is pretty powerful. It will give all the cues needed for the moon within you, this new moon, this Cancerian energy, to find the rhythm. It just will, if you focus on that Sun in Leo energy and the questions with that. Because I do think you're going through a big shift right now. And it's to something that is much more satisfying, harmonizing, balanced, satisfactory, contentment, all those kind of words. It's all of that. That's all offered with this, okay? So the moon will automatically attune for you, is what I'm saying. You don't even have to put any work into that. The work for you is on your focus to the Sun in Leo. there we are, everybody. I hope that that was resonant for you and helpful. This is easy energy for me. I have Cancer at the top of my chart, and my moon is at the top of my chart. So I feel like this was, it just took off, you know, as it usually does in the Cancerian energy for me. So take care, and I will either see you next week or whenever the energy feels right to come on and give a message. Bye-bye for now.